So we start that cable row with slipping, then a knit, a purl, and then in between our markers here is where we do our cables. So again, we're going to put the first two on the cable needle in order, slide it like that, free our working yarn. Now we're going to walk over those stitches, moving the tension over as we go, and as soon as you get it in the right position, wrap your working yarn and knit it off. Just like that. And then right there, we're going to turn around to the inside of the loom, snag that first loop, it really helps to have a little bit of a nail here to be able to separate that loop. There we go. Then the working yarn wraps around without removing the tool, and it's off, just like that, knit off. And then we do number 2. Move it over. Like that. And knit off, just like that. And without moving, releasing that tension, we're going to go right to the purl, and knit and knit. And I'm going to go right ahead and come back the way we came so that we can release all that tightness and our stitches are not stuck in that position after we're all done. So here we are, releasing the cables here, and then a purl, and a knit, just like that. Okay, now we are in the pattern, just so you can keep up. We've just done we've done right here rows 4 through 6, and then we just completed number 4, this one here. So then we would do the rows 8 through 14, and then we're going to do another cable and then continue on with the rest of the pattern. Alright, I have completed rows 8 through 14 and I'm ready to do my next cable row. And I would like to show you what the cables look like that we did earlier. See how it's just a little bit kind of pinchy? You can go back after you've done them and kind of pull right at the cable part. Just kind of pull it apart like this and loosen it up. See, like this, where it's tightest, and then that helps it, and then you just kind of pinch your stitches together. That helps it form a more even cable knot. See that? Isn't that cool? Now also, another hint, if you end up still having loops that are just a little bit too big, like you can see there is a little bit of a space there, and if you have even a bigger one that is pretty obvious, you can actually pull that from the back side. It is a little easier, but I'll show you here where we can see how that instantly pulled that loop in so that we don't have so much looseness. You can do that from the underside. Let's see where that was. was this loop right here. So I'm going to poke my tool in there so we know where it is and find it that way. Okay, so it's this loop here. You can actually pull that here and find your connecting loop where you've knit that and work it out across your row so that it works out some of the tension so that you don't have all your looseness there. You can find where it connects. Sometimes it's a little tricky to find it on that cable spot, but you just find where it is and work out some of that looseness so it's evened out across the whole row so you don't have it all in one stitch. So that's another little helpful tip there. So let's do our cable row, and I wanted to show you a little hint if it gets too tight as we're doing the 4-cross cable. So here we are, the knit, purl. Now we're at the cable part, so the first 2 stitches go on the peg, or on our cable needle here. Keep our working yarn at the ready. Walk these 2 over. As soon as we get the first one in position, wrap our working yarn and knit it off. And move on to the next. And knit it off. Now is where we go behind. Now this is where, if it turns out a little bit on the tight side and you just can't pull it over and you're afraid of breaking your yarn, then what you can do, it's a little trick of mine, is go ahead, you could put that loop on a crochet hook and wrap your working yarn over the crochet hook, pull it through, and then that loop goes on the peg. Now we have just done the same as knitting, but extended it a little farther. So you can use that little cheat if you come to a cable where you are just too tight and you can't stretch it, then you can use your crochet hook to just do that work for you. Pull it over. But if you do that, what I would recommend is then coming to this side and pulling out the extra looseness that you created by using the hook. So just give it a tug, tug, and then continue with your next purl while holding that tightness in place. Finish your row, and then don't let them sit there. Continue right on to the next row. And there we have it. And then just continue with finishing the pattern. Now I'm going to show you another idea of what I'm going to do with this one. It's going to be not a muck hug, but something else entirely. So stay tuned for that.